John Gill's exposition of the entire Bible, verse by verse. Being read by Dr. Peter John from Discovering the Scriptures. Revelation chapter 9. Introduction to Revelation chapter 9. This chapter gives an account of the blowing of the fifth and sixth trumpets, and of the effects following upon them. The fifth angel blows his trumpet, and a star falls. The key of the bottomless pit is given to him, which being opened by it, out of it comes smoke to the darkening of the sun and air, and out of the smoke locusts, who have power like scorpions. Revelation chapter 9 verse 1. Whose power is restrained from using it to hurt the grass or any green thing or tree. Only of those who had not the seal of God in their foreheads, but are permitted, though not to kill men, yet to torture them 5 months, which is worse than death unto them. Revelations 9:4. The shapes of these locusts, which are said to be like horses, are described by their heads, faces, hair, teeth, breastplates, wings, and tails, and are said to have a king over them, whose name is mentioned, Revelation chapter 9, verse 7. The blowing of this trumpet brings on one of the woes mentioned in Revelation 8:13, and the two other follow, Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. The sixth angel blows his trumpet, and a voice is heard from the horns of the altar, directed to the said angel, ordering him to loose 4 angels bound in the great river Euphrates, where they were prepared for a determinate time to slay the third part of men, and they were loosed accordingly. Revelation 9, verse 13. The number of the army under these angels is given, Revelation chapter 9, verse 16. And the horses and horsemen are described, the riders by their breastplates of fire, Jackson, that's Jacinth, and brimstone. Their horses' heads as heads of lions, fire, smoke, and brimstone, issuing out of their mouths, by which the third part of men are killed. Revelation chapter 9, verse 17. The reason of this slaughter is because they had power both in their mouth and tails, which latter were like serpents, and had heads with which they did mischief. Revelation chapter 9, verse 19. And yet such who were not killed by these plagues, but escaped, did not repent of their idolatry, murderers, sorcerers, fornication, and theft. Revelation chapter 9, verse 20. And the introduction of Revelation chapter 9. Footnote from the reader. I no longer am paid a monthly fee from ads on YouTube, and I now live in a very small house to compensate the loss of income that I had from this and others, and I'm living up in the forest, so hopefully the recordings will be better. One person, she decided to go on a rampage because I had ads on these things, and so by her reporting stuff to YouTube, who had already given me problems twice before, they decided to no longer allow ads. They took her at her word without doing anything else, and boom, they're very anti-Christian anyways. I've had problems before with these guys, and so she single-handedly took down the support from this ministry that I was getting from those that clicked on ads, and in the last 12 years I've received about $300 from people, and that's it. So now these are being done for free, and I'm having to support it myself. My spouse was very struck down in the heart because of all the work that I put into it. That one single tool of the devil can cause so much mischief. Anyways, if you do want to support this ministry, you can click on the link for Patreon. It'd be greatly appreciated. If not, that's okay. This is my ministry. So we're explaining the scriptures, verse by verse, using John Gill's verse by verse exposition that comes from church history, from 1st century all the way down to 1700s. I put information in for anything updated that I know of, and this is for the blind, the illiterate, the aged, the sick, the poor, anyone who needs to use this. But that's especially what this is for. So that those who cannot get into the scriptures and learn it, like those who can read and those who can see, this is there for them. This is my ministry from God to you. Please enjoy it. And if nothing else, please keep me in your prayers that God will not let another stroke hit my vocal cords until this entire Bible is done, verse by verse for you. Thank you and God bless.